Hey, it's Adam Harrison for Bit. We're going to do a little bit of building today. What are you building today? Just curious, what's going on in your world? Let us know in the comments. Normally, when I build a cigar box guitar, I generally do a very straight neck. Let me give an example of what I do. Very much like a Fender, you know, that kind of thing. Very straight. This one's got a fancier headstock. Got little side wings on there, using some blackwood. But as you can see, it's quite flat. And then I have a fretboard on the top, and the tuners will recess a little bit because this is fairly thick. So I do little recesses in there using a force and a bit. And then what I usually do is a string retainer, whether that's a single screw on the G string. That's what Prince wants, because this is how Prince helps. We'll have fun finding that one. But today I thought I would experiment and play around again a little bit. In between some builds I am working on, I thought I would play around with a scarf joint. Now, usually when I'm playing around with slightly different materials, and this is a suggestion for you, what I want to do is I don't want to spend a lot of money on particular timbers for necks and things like that if I'm experimenting and I'm playing around. So I thought I'd build myself something. And I'm going to be using a rather nice box, actually. So I would use this box here. Now, these boxes, the La Paz boxes, are notorious for being a very good looking box. Black and gold and grey. Very smart. But they're cardboard. So, this guitar this box has been decked out with a very sturdy timber frame. And it's like, it's not moving. I'm trying to twist it. It's not going anywhere, man. This thing's tough. So, I thought I would do something kind of cool with this one. And I'm going to do a scarf joint. There we go. Scarf joint. So, how did I do the scarf joint? Imagine that's the headstock area of the guitar. What I've basically done is this. If this was going to be the nut, that's my dog. Sorry. Very rude, Prince. He's meant to be helping today. He's not being very helpful at all. So if that was the nut, as in this space here, what you need to do is from the nut, use my ruler, trusty ruler. So here's the nut, and I diagonally take it down and draw a line. There we go, just like that. Yeah, you can see that? Yeah, a bit closer there. So I'll put a little line diagonally from the bottom of the headstock all the way up to in front of where the nut would be. All right, so now I've cut the piece down the diagonal. I'm doing this on scrap because I don't want to waste a good bit. All right, so you basically got a fairly rough side there, which you can see it's not flat. This is going to end up being the face of the headstock. You need to plane it down flat, sand it down, and plane it down flat. Now, this is the opposite side. This is the other side that was cut. So if you can imagine, there it is there. And you can see how I've cut it. Now what I need to do now is I'm going to put the flat edges together. So that's flat. That's flat. So I put them together. And what I found is really kind of helpful, funnily enough, it's a bit strange. Okay. It's a bit strange. But what I found a little bit helpful, when I put the glue on to glue them down, I actually got a little bit of just grit off the floor, just a bit of sandy grit. And I popped it into the paint, the glue. And you can adjust how thick your headstock is too. See how it's thinning out? It's getting a bit thicker. There we go. So you can adjust how thick you want your headstock to be. I found a nice thickness that I liked. And I'll still pop my recesses in. I'll still use the force in a bit to put some recesses in. And you can see, I don't know if you can see this. It's very clean. There you go. See how it's straight? And that's the side. And that's the piece that was put on. And it's really strong. But I don't often do scarf joint headstocks. But I didn't find it very difficult. I really didn't. So I may end up doing them again in the future. Who knows? See what you can do. See what happens. I'm going to keep going with this.